What's goody? We are at the end.
Popcorn kernels.
The Best Man Final Chapters, episode 8, the finale.
10 up, 10 down. Okay. Final grade?
I thought it was really good. I'm giving it a 9.
Woo! Where'd you start at?
I think a 7.5.
Ooh. I was at a 7.5 too. I think I'm going to end right at like an 8.5.
Okay. It's not that far off from me.
Yeah.
This episode was really interesting. I had some stuff that needed to occur.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had Robin and Harper. Have that blow up that we knew was coming.
We look like we on the bloopers at the end.
Had that blow up that we knew was coming.
Man, it was so long coming. It was like, you know what? I'm sorry, but I enjoyed that scene.
Which one? The blow up at the house with everybody, or them arguing?
The blow up at the house with everybody. Yeah, the whole thing.
That's all of them. Yeah, okay.
The whole thing. I like that scene. It felt good to see it.
They needed to have it.
Because it was so long overdue, man. They needed it.
I agree. I definitely agree. Because they was holding a lot of stuff in.
Yeah.
Everybody's tiptoeing. But I love how the fellas came to support.
Yeah. They rallied the troops. That's what they did. No words said.
Nothing.
No words. They just walked in, set up the table. We need a fourth. That's why it should be.
I love that. I love that. Because it all comes down back to the beginning, right? Yeah. Back to the 4. I love it.
Interesting to know that, you know, a lot of shows like this, they'll like try to tie up all the loose ends, make it like a happy ending for everybody. Mm-hmm. Didn't happen, right? But life happened, right? I like the way they kind of just let the strings play. You know, like some of them, like Harper and Robin, ended up where they ended up. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. There was some happiness to it. Yeah. That's the way life works, you know?
I think that realistically, I think that I wish there would have been more dialogue because, I mean, obviously their daughter landed where she did, but to just come and be like, out of the blue, like, oh yeah, I'm moving to Ghana and I'm taking our kid with us. Yeah. It's like, what? That's not realistic. Like, that is something that can go to court and get really ugly, especially if you're not really considering the other parent. I think in her mind, it was just, it's my dream. I've been pushed back and I'm going to Ghana and I don't care what you say or how you feel about it. I'm leaving. And I just thought that was really cold blooded.
And I think it was kind of part of the terms of the breakup for her. It was like, I'm already headed to Ghana. This is splitting us up. If we're going to be apart, I'm not going to be apart here.
Right.
I'm going where I was going, right?
Yeah, I thought that the scene with them leaving was really tough.
Yeah,
I think they did
real tough.
They did a good job of filming that. It was very tough to watch. I felt everything.
Yeah.
It was they
especially his emotion when he went to talk to the daughter and then went back. It's like, oh man. Especially as somebody who's been through something similar to that, it was like, I definitely felt his heart for his daughter. Mm-hmm. But I thought Merch gave him great advice. He didn't take it. But I thought his friends was giving him great advice. You know,
he needed to go through it.
Yeah, he needed to go through it. But I do think I would love to have seen them. But I guess that's how it go. When they blew up, everything they said to him was true. He needed to hear that.
He did.
But they never really talked about it again. They just kept going. You know what I mean? Like, but I guess it's for his dudes. Like Merch said something to him. But then the next time Merch saw him, it was crisis time. So it wasn't really time to address that.
And I mean, I think that it wouldn't have went anywhere. He needed to see from his daughter.
Yeah.
Like it played out exactly the way it was because he was going to continue to fight, not realizing he really wasn't there.
Yeah.
He was off journeying and doing everything he wanted to do. He listening to Quentin's advice. Mm-hmm. Be there. You know, it's been 10 years and I'm playing uncle to my daughter, not even realizing if you could be there for her, be there for her, but you can still be there for her and not be physically present. Mm-hmm. And I think that he needed to see that their daughter she's been with their mom all of this time. When he's off away for practically a year, she's with her mom. So obviously she's going to pick up the mannerisms. And it makes sense for her to be with her mother. Because who knows? You're going to have another tour day. You're going to have all this stuff coming up. Where's she going to be?
He was surprised again. And what about, they didn't really do a whole lot of wrapping up with Munch and Candy.
Well, I think they did it in the last episode
Brum,
in 9, where they had
Yeah.
that like little that I guess bit of a renewal right there at the
That's
end.
true.
I think they wrapped it up, and I love how they wrapped up that she did stand up for herself and speak up and speak out about the advisor who tried to was a
Yeah, that's
predator on
right.
her. So I really like that they
Yeah.
cleaned that up, and I like that they cleaned up Jordan and Harbor. That needed to be cleaned up.
Yeah, although you notice Jordan and Robin will not be cleaned up.
No, that will never ever
No.
be cleaned up because first off, Robin's not stupid.
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter what in the world he's trying to say. It's either of them. She's not stupid. She knows from day one what their relationship was. I think that Harper loves Robin though. I do think he loves her. I think he was torn that they couldn't work it out. But he also loves Jordan. It's a different type of love.
Yeah, I think he struggled with sacrificing some of what he wants. That sacrifice part of marriage, he struggled with that. He always did what he wanted, and he wanted his wife to kind of always take that step back, and she was usually willing to. But that just don't always work. That has worked for a lot of people throughout history.
Right.
But that ain't how it's gonna work for everybody,
And I like that even in that they cleaned it up in the end. They cleaned it up with Jordan for her to say, no, I'm not gonna be the soft place for you to land. You need to heal. As well as with Robin. I mean, he just told her, like, thank you for what you've been to me in my life. And I love that because she didn't say it back, and she didn't need to.
Yeah.
I think it needed to stay exactly how it was. Their daughter was there to see, and celebrate his big moment, and that's what it was all about. So, even Quentin and Shelby.
Quentin and Shelby
cleaned up really well. Cleaned up really well.
Yeah, I like when they touch, because there's so much about adult Black life to touch on. They tried to hit a lot of it, and they couldn't get deep into some of it. But I like the fact that they did bring a little bit into that Black men anxiety about health and aging and mortality through Quentin, right? Seeing him panic out when he pinched a nerve and thinking he was gonna have another heart attack. It's like, I don't want to change my lifestyle. I don't want to do the things you're telling me to do, but I do. You could tell he was just as scared as she was. He just didn't know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
I thought that's accurate, man. That happens a lot,
Yeah, I thought it was good. And I like the Lance, the L2.
Yeah.
LJ2.
I love Lance's story, the way it worked out, man.
I do too.
I felt the best about that story overall. Just, even when I didn't like what Lance was doing, I felt him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just his character for me, I could just relate to the things he was saying, the way he was acting out his character. I was like, yo, I see this dude's journey. You can see it. You know what I'm saying? And I think at the end, for him to finally step up, approach this situation, knowing he still didn't vibe with it, with his son, but knowing I'm going to step up and do, what's best. Love my son, period.
He took the advice.
Yeah, just love him. And I thought that was good. And then, his whole journey into being redeemed into a relationship that actually meant something again.
Yes.
Because he waited a long time and he spent a lot of BS one night stands and things that didn't mean nothing. So for him to finally get redeemed with a relationship, one, that his kids was happy about.
Yeah, it was nice.
And two, that have already been vetted to know that this is quality. You know what I mean? Y'all not just meeting. This is years of y'all knowing that y'all have something special and actually care.
And
I
love that they brought Mia back.
Yeah.
She didn't have very many spots that she was in, but I loved that they still incorporated her. Because,
can't just
how
disappear.
You can't not have it without her. So, I overall thought it was a really great series. I think that it was good that they put it in a series and they didn't just try to do a movie to try to catch all of that up, because
it would have been horrible
years.
As a movie.
It would have been, but it was perfect as a series. I really, really enjoyed it a lot. I'm definitely sticking with my 9. I really enjoyed it. It was.
Although
really good.
One thing I gotta say, man, what's up with the special effects? They was trash.
Oh my gosh, with the whole Lance Sullivan thing on the TV?
Where he was supposed to be in a stadium.
Oh, it was horrible. Come on. Y'all had the budget. Y'all
Okay.
had the budget. That was bad.
Even the at the end when they did the wrap up and everybody was on magazines and newspapers, it was still like, this could have been like way better.
Yeah, they could have definitely worked on that more. But overall, it was great.
Yeah,
that's really like little nitpicks. Yeah,
that's
it was good. Yeah. All right.
8.5. Watch it, y'all. Yo, leave a comment down there. Let us know. Did we miss out on some point? Did we hit a point that you hadn't thought of? Do you want to talk about some other stuff? Let us know. You
want to shout out your pages and
stuff
out there?
Yo, go check out my podcast that I host, which is called Daha Therapy for Hip Hop Heads. We dig into all kind of stuff, kind of sort of like this, but we talk about everything: the music, the rappers, the brands, the TV shows, the movies, everything in hip hop. We break it all apart and we try to figure out how did it affect us.
And of course, you're on Nia's Take watching this, so there you go. Peace out, people. Until next time, deuces.